I just wanted to go over the priorities idea. So what I've done is I've actually hidden some of these columns here just to make it a little bit cleaner. So after we've gone through this process of you rating yourself, me rating you, and we I want you to have a look at that and see if it makes you ask any questions like for instance, if there's a big plus difference or a big minus difference, I've got those cells highlighted. And you can have a look at them and just basically say whether you could adjust your score if you feel like, but just go back to this rating system down the bottom here. One thing I came across, Ontario Soccer actually has a bit of a rubric you could use if you like. Don't have to, but these are pretty self-explanatory. It just refers to how well you've learnt the skill and how adaptable that skill is under pressure and different circumstances. One way that it's been used in the past, I'm not saying it's the only way, but if you want to, you can use this at a very similar scale, slightly different labels. Some of them are in different, I think one of them's replaced, instead of being developing, it's emerging, I think. But they've actually tried to put some numbers onto it. If that helps you, you want to take a screenshot, or actually I can send you that, but a screenshot of that, that's fine. But it's not quite as simple as that, because that would assume that you're always playing the same level opponent in terms of rating those statistics. So how you perform something is not going to be the same against different opponents. So those numbers don't quite work, but if you feel like it helps give you a better idea of it, then it might be one way of doing it. Not going to say it's absolutely correct though. But anyway, going back to this, this is what I want you to do next. So you see here, you can actually filter these cells. So I'm just going to go into the priority column here, and just let me move this across. All right. So at the end of the day, this has to be a workable document for you to be focused. So to be focused on the things that you want to work on. So you can compare between my scores and yours. That's great. We can have a conversation about it. But the next step is to really focus in on what things over each of these categories you really want to work on. So for core technical skills, it might be 2 or 3 technical skills. Okay. For physical skills, it might be maybe we focus more on these bottom ones here. So is it your explosivity, your recovery, your ability to maintain explosivity, or maintain quick recovery? So they're more fitness related things, as well as a bit of at the other end of it, the how explosive you are. These other ones here too could be something that relate to this. So it could be possible in the gym to really focus on your strength or your acceleration. Those are going to take longer to develop. Same with speed. Agility is something you can work on as well. Again, it's going to take time. But look, if you want to prioritize as being really important for you, that's 100% fine. The idea is, though, that whatever we come up with here, and maybe it's 2 or 3 of these, that we then develop a plan over time of how we're going to practice it or work on it. So what I'm going to do here is I'll just show you a little trick. So you can, let me move this over, you can get on the column. So select the column for priority, and then you do quick filter. Now you see here all the values for that column are going to come up, including blank. So if there was ever a column which you left blank, that's going to show up as well as being viewable. So what we can do is we can deselect all, and that will actually get rid of everything on the table, and then you can just bring back what you want to see. So what we want to focus in on is what you consider a 5-star, 5 stars worth of importance. So again, you can always go back to this and take it away. You can just go select all, and they will all come back on again. So from 0 to 5 stars. And again, you just access it via this this little arrow down on the edge of the top of the column, and you just go to quick filter. Okay, it's possible to do some other filter options, but quick filter is the best one that you want to see. Now, once you go into that, you can see here for this player, I've actually got, in terms of the technical side of things, let me see here. No, this is more that, sorry, it's what it's actually filtered out is some of the headings. So let me see here. What can we do to bring those headings back? So it would be blank. Okay, so if we put blank back in there, it seems to bring back the headings. So maybe leave blank in there as well. So anyway, going back to this, the game model and skills that relate to that could be a good focus for us, or for you, as well as the technical and the physical. The other ones you can do as well. Sorry, let me bring that back. The psych skills, we're going to work on those in the next, starting in a couple of weeks. The socio-emotional, definitely have a go at those, and you're going to have some ideas. But again, they're all very important. But what is the most important one or two from each area that you have to focus on? Because if you say 5 here and 5 there, then which one of those are you going to prioritize first? So then once you've selected this, you've filtered it, and you've got these 5-star priorities, I want you to do a resort. So what you might do is you go into here and go, you know what, retention of the ball is not the biggest priority for me, and I might click on those. I might enter the 3 or 5 or whatever it is, and it goes down, and that one might disappear. Okay, I'm going to leave it in there for now. I don't want to change what this player's put in there, but so you just click on the number, and that will reduce the number of stars. And at the end, I just want you to have 1 or 2, maybe up to 3, depending on how big the area is for you, that you're going to prioritize. Okay, because then when we go to chat, we should only see about, say, this. Let me see, this 1, 2, 4 tactical, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9. There's probably 9 areas there, and sub areas. So if we do 1 or 2 in each, that's probably 18 things that we can talk about, and that's still quite a lot. So have a think about how we can whittle this down a bit and get it to a really focused range of things to work on. Okay, the next thing I want to say is once you've done that and we've had our conversation, just to talk about these things, I want you to start tracking, or actually go to this practice training spreadsheet here, and you can go into these specific areas that you've just prioritized. Give them a name. So you go in here and change these names, and then start to think about how you're going to practice them. It could be in a team practice, or it could be that you actually go out and find some time on one of these dates here in this calendar I've created, and say if you're going to work on striking the ball over longer distances, and you go out with a partner, that might be a core technical skill, long range passing. Okay. Or it could be first touch and you're going against a wall. We can talk about some of these strategies and have a little bit of a brainstorm about how we can do those, both in small groups or on your own. It's pretty easy to do, but the trick to it is to try and make it as game-like and realistic, and with pressure that you would have to face more or less in a normal game. It doesn't have to be full pressure, but at least a little bit more realism and fun and things that are going to stimulate you, rather than just being completely boring and not realistic, right? So we can talk about that, but the idea is to go into here now, and with this focus list, so if it's physical, it might be speed training, it could be strength, and you put your workouts in here, how many minutes you worked out, and over time this will create a graph here to show you how much work you've been doing on it. And it's just an accountability piece. It's really just designed to just to show you and give you reinforcement of all the hard work you've been doing, if it's important to you. Okay, and I want to come back to this. So commitment for me is one of the core values I'd like to try and emphasize, because it's like anything in life. We don't have commitment, we're not going to get there. Okay, you need a bit of luck, and yes, you need some you need some encouragement and motivation from time to time from others, but at the end of the day, if you don't have commitment, girls, you're not really going to get very far in this sport and also in life. So think hard about the things you want to be committed to, the things that are maybe holding you back a little bit in your game. Go back and work on those, and we'll create a bit of a plan together. Okay. Anything else? The diary. This is more of a summary thing where you could talk about what you worked on that week and just make some notes. But again, this doesn't have to be this one that we're doing. It could be a different one. Okay, but this is just here in the same document. Okay, but anyway, feel free to reach out once you've done that and we've got something focused we can talk about. A meeting should really be about 10 to 15 minutes. It shouldn't be, taking you forever or me forever. So think about that. Consider that when you're doing your planning. And let's see if we can make it a really focused assessment that we're looking at in here with the things that are really important for you. Okay, thanks and talk to you soon.